Welcome back. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing well.
Well, last week when you guys were here, we worked together on coming up with the goals, and I want to go over those real quick. The goals we came up with were that, Andy, that you would reduce drinking to 4 beers at a time and only on the weekends, and also that you would work on learning new coping skills, and that you and Kelsey would start going on walks 3 times a week. So, what do you guys think about that? How's it been over the last week as far as the goals?
Pretty good. We went on walks 4 nights last week.
4 nights, okay.
Yeah, and because of that, we decided that we want to be healthier, so we decided we were going to try a diet.
That's awesome. How do you feel about that, Andy?
I'm okay with that. Yeah. It was mostly her idea, but I'm okay with that.
Well, as far as the coping skills, I know we had our first group meeting that you took part in last week, Andy, and you remember we talked about coping skills during that. So would you say we're making good progress as far as learning the coping skills that you can use?
I would say so, yeah.
How'd you feel about the group last week?
I thought it was it was all right.
Okay. Sometimes it takes a little while to get used to. You have to get to know everybody in the group and really build a rapport and get to where you can open up and talk with them. So it takes a little time. But it's a good group. I think you're going to like it. Well, what we have for today is, I thought we could do a high-risk treatment plan. Have you guys ever heard of that before?
No.
What this is it's a plan that you'll be able to use, Andy, that'll help you when you have cravings to drink. And, well, first off, did we talk about how's it been going with your drinking as far as sticking with the go to 4 beers? Were you able to do that last week?
On the week, yeah, I was able to only have 4.
Well, you told me on Saturday that you only had 4, but I counted 6. So
Well,
one of those was yours. Okay, I had 5, but one of those was yours.
have you been counting them, or do you just, go to the fridge and get a beer?
You just go to the fridge with a beer.
Okay. What do you guys think about, there's a couple of different ways that we might be able to help keep track of that. One of them would be you could just buy 4 beers at a time. I know there's a lot of stores in town where you can buy beers individually. You guys think that might be an idea that would work?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could help you monitor that as well.
Yeah.
That's good. And then, of course, if you did buy like a 6-pack at a time, you could always just separate it out too. You can put 2 in the little drawer in the refrigerator, and that way you don't have to worry about counting them or keeping track. So let me know how that goes next week too. See if that helped. But about this high-risk treatment plan, we'll get started on that. And the point of the high-risk treatment plan, like I was saying, is it's a good tool to have as far as helping you when you have urges to drink. So I'm going to pass these out real quick. And the first thing on the high-risk treatment plan is the warning signs. Now, the warning signs they're talking about are just, you know what triggers are?
Yes.
Okay, they're the triggers. They're the things that make it so that you want to drink. Either it makes you want to drink on the nights you're not supposed to, or it makes you want to drink more than you plan on drinking. So what do you think some of your triggers are?
Boredom is one.
Boredom?
Yeah, but I think the walks are helping with that because, we got something to do. Stressed at work. Things of that nature.
Okay, so we can write down boredom and stress. Kelsey, do you notice any signs or any triggers for Andy?
When your friend Bill comes over, he likes to drink, and
Yeah, he does.
I think that you drink with him.
Yeah.
You think that maybe for a while we can maybe not hang out with Bill as much and see how that goes, see if it makes a difference?
possible, yeah.
Okay. The next thing on the high-risk treatment plan is coming up with internal coping strategies. And these are it's like the coping mechanisms we talked about in group. But in group, we talked about, coping mechanisms for all of us, and each person gave a little input. What are your coping strategies? What are the things that you can do when you have an urge to drink that'll help distract you from that and get through without drinking?
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. The coping strategies that you have, the things that you can do when you have an urge to drink, that if you do this, it'll take your mind off of it so that you won't have that urge to drink anymore.
When I do yard work, that helps. I know it kind of goes against our diet thing, but I have been drinking more sodas.
Uh-huh.
I guess as a substitute. But I've been thinking about just going to carbonated water, something like that.
I know that's great that you guys are thinking about going on a diet and trying to live healthier, but sometimes if you try to do too much at once, it can be overwhelming. So,
Yeah, no, I had that feel, because I quit smoking about 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago, and it was uphill for sure.
yeah. So maybe if push comes to shove and it's between a soda and eating some unhealthy food or getting drunk, I would definitely say you could worry about the diet a little later down the road. Are you okay with that, Kelsey?
Yes, as long as it helps me.
Okay. So what are some other interest or hobby of yours or things that you can do that would be coping strategies that would take your mind off of drinking?
Well, when we were dating, we used to have a board game night. We haven't done that in years. We could do that again. Maybe have friends over who don't drink.
Play some Scrabble.
Yeah.
Sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Can you think of any coping strategies maybe that Andy has that he could use, Kelsey?
He did mention that he likes to do the walks with me, so he said that helps some of his triggers. I think that would be a good coping strategy.
Okay. And you could do that on your own too if you want. Like when Kelsey's at work, you could go for a walk. Do you think that would help you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next step on here is people in social settings that provide a distraction. Now, these would be not people that you would have to talk to about your goal of trying to reduce how much you drink. These are just people that you can talk to and hang out with to kind of take your mind off of any urges to drink you might have. So, can you think of some people that you could put down here where you could list their name and their phone number?
Yeah. Kels for sure. I got a nephew who's in middle school right now. He's been asking me to show him how to, his father just got him a bike. He asked me to show him how to fix that up. It's never here. It's just a little dirt bike. So I'm thinking about doing that.
All right. Is there anybody else? Let's see if we can put one more down here. We've got Kelsey and your nephew.
Your sister?
Sisters, yeah, she'd be good.
Okay. All right. The next step is the people you can actually talk to about trying to reduce your drinking. So we're going to see if we can come up with 3 people that, if you're having the urge, you could call them up and say, hey, talk me down real quick. I was thinking about going out and getting drunk tonight, and I know I shouldn't. Is there anybody in your life you think you could add to that list?
Kels for sure. She had mentioned my sister. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. That's actually who I quit smoking with, was my sister. I was going to get together. We had a little competition going on.
Okay. Does anybody else know right now that you're trying to reduce your drinking?
No.
No? I know that's a hard subject to bring up sometimes. It can be uncomfortable to talk about with people. You might be surprised though, a lot of people have goals to, lose weight or quit drinking or quit smoking. But is there anybody else? Is there a third name we can add to the list?
I don't think so.
You could do our preacher.
I don't know if I want to talk to him about this. We can talk about that later.
Okay, that can be something you can think over. Maybe we can add a name to it. That can be something you can try and figure out over the next week, and we can work on it on the next session.
All right.
Next, it has the professionals or agencies that you can contact. So you can definitely put my name and my number down there.
All right.
If you ever need to contact me, you're more than willing to call. You can definitely give me a call. And sometimes it goes to voicemail if I'm in a session with another client, but just leave me a message and a callback number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
All right.
Are you seeing any other agencies or anybody else right now?
No.
How about, let's go ahead and, you have a primary care physician, right?
Actually, don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, let's just put the number of the local hospital on there. I know you might not think you'll need it, but it's always good to have that information.
All right.
So the last step is making the environment safe. And what this is talking about is sometimes the things that trigger you can be like objects or things at your house. So is there anything you can think of that you might want to either remove from your house or just put up in storage or anything like that that might trigger you and make you want to drink?
Not really.
Do you
No.
guys keep any like bottles of wine or hard liquor or anything like that at the house?
No, we've always been beer drinkers.
Okay.
I do have that Merlot in the cabinet though.
Oh yeah, I
I could put that
don't
in.
like Merlot though. He's safe.
Or your Bud Light calendar.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that could probably be a trigger for you. So.
I don't think she likes the girls on it.
Yeah, that seems like that would be an
I
easy thing to
can,
do.
I can get that out of the shed, yeah.
Okay. All right, we've got this filled out. Now, for this high-risk treatment plan to be useful, what I recommend is that you can keep it on you. Because what happens is a lot of times when people have a craving to drink, they can't really think, on the spot and come up with their coping strategies or who they should call. Because, you're thinking about your craving more than anything else at that point. But if you keep this on you, it's a resource that you'll have that'll tell you exactly what you can do. Would you be willing to either put it in your wallet or keep it in your pocket?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why that would be an issue.
All right. Well, so if you're going to keep this on you, we can talk about it next week and see if it was useful. If you ever found that it came in handy and you caught anybody or used any of the coping strategies. And then we have our group session next week where we're going to talk some more about coping strategies as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go over some breathing exercises next week, and I think that'll be
Okay.
really good information. Kelsey, do you have anything, any questions or anything you want to add?
No, I think it went well, and I'm excited for next week.
All right. Andy, how about you?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys next week at the same time. And if you ever need anything, Andy, just give me a call.
Can do.